All right. And Natalie, if you could check with the folks on Zoom that they can hear. I don't know if you want to just put in a chat message. So first of all, thank you all for coming. My name is Ellen Rathje. I'm the PI of DESIGNSAFE, and I want to welcome you all here to our workshop on artificial intelligence and natural hazards engineering. Listed here is really the organizational committee for this workshop. Myself, Dan Stanzione, who is the director of TAC, who's in the back on the crutches, watch out. He's got some weapons back there, as well as Jamie Paget, Clint Dawson, and Stella Yu. And they are here. Jamie and Clint are co-PIs on the DESIGNSAFE grant. Stella is a co-PI on the Sim Center grant, who we're all collaborating on this. I will note that we put this proposal together. I checked my emails this morning. It was about 10 months ago. In the intervening time, we had to write a DESIGNSAFE renewal proposal that was due last Monday. And so, in terms of organizing this, I really want to say that Jamie, Clint, and Stella did a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of organizing this workshop, because we had proposal duty to do, Dan and I. So I want to thank them all for really doing the heavy lifting in putting this thing together. Yes, Jamie in particular. So just a few introductory remarks, and I have to admit, Dan, I stole a few of these thoughts from the boot camp yesterday. You know, if we think about it, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, these techniques are not necessarily new. They've been around for decades, and in some cases, several decades. But this current AI renaissance that we're seeing is fueled by really two main things. First, the enhanced computational power that we are starting to see that allows these techniques to be applied more efficiently, come up with interesting results in a relatively short amount of time. A lot of that compute power you can see through the glass on the right outside on the other side of the hall. So, and Dan will be happy to talk more about that. And then the explosion of the big data that's needed to really fuel these techniques and provide the input. So those two things are really critical. Yesterday, we had an AI boot camp in the afternoon where some of the TAC staff put together some materials on not only these techniques, but how we can take advantage of them using Python, Jupyter notebooks, the Frontera supercomputer that's also across the way. And those materials that were put together, slides as well as Jupyter notebooks that you can take advantage of, are all available in the DESIGNSAFE Data Depot and community data. So if you want to take a look at that during breaks or whatnot. So just for those of you who may not have logged on to DESIGNSAFE before, if you go to the main website and look in the research workbench, click on the Data Depot, and then look into community data there on the bottom, you'll see the machine learning folder, and all the materials are in there. So I really want to start with just some workshop goals to make sure we're all on the same page. When we put this together, there were really three main things that we wanted to do. First, explore the various techniques that are available within this ecosystem of artificial intelligence. And that second bullet, I should have deleted because I copied and pasted these slides, so don't worry about that publicly accessible part. Second was identify the most promising applications of these techniques within our community of natural hazards engineering. So where does machine learning come into play? Where do neural networks come into play? When you look at our agenda for the day, you'll see we've kind of broken it into three main areas of application. One is inventory characterization, the others being surrogate modeling and damage assessment, but there are others out there. So as we have our breakout sessions, I really want us to all brainstorm within our communities our specific areas of expertise where we can make the use of these techniques. And then finally, identify the needs by our research community to fully exploit the techniques. And that means, what data do we need? What tools do we need to clean up the data, label the data, archive the data? What techniques need access to high performance computing, et cetera? And we have some, you know, self-interest here, because for DESIGNSAFE in our renewal proposal, one of our real themes for the next 5 years is how can we best enable artificial intelligence and machine learning within our community. So over the next few years, we'll be wanting to develop tools and make provide access to high performance computing and the data that is needed to do this type of analysis. So how can DesignSafe help fulfill these needs? And that's the main reason, one of the main reasons we'll be listening to what people are talking about over the next few days. And we'll come back at the end of the workshop tomorrow afternoon and talk about some of the things we heard where we think we can provide some expertise, the Sim Center as well, provide some of those tools. And then we'll have a discussion on other things that people maybe have heard and how we can all work together.